Good morning. We are going to be going to another bonsai workshop today, and before we go I wanted to kind of do something a little different. I wanted to kind of show you the trees that I'm going to be working on today, and just so you can have a better understanding of what they look like before we go, and then I'll try to give you some views of it after the workshop, just to kind of see the before and after process. But yeah, so today we are going to be doing Mame Bonsai, and those are the really small bonsai. So I have one I purchased at the bonsai show back in May, and I have another Japanese Gardenia that I'm going to be putting in a mame pot, so one of the small pots, and there's some other ones that are going to be at the workshop that we can see being repotted and worked, and kind of go through that process of how to put them in the pots and the certain type of soil that they need, and then also the maintenance after you create your Mame Bonsai. So as we go through today, this will be a fun experience, I think. Okay, so here is the Japanese Gardenia that we're going to be working on today to make a mame. So the this guy I trimmed a little early in the spring, so he should be a lot more full, but because I trimmed him too early, he kind of stunted his growth a little bit. But as you can see, he's pushing out new stems and everything, so he's doing okay. But we're gonna put him in a small mame pot, and the small mame pot is going to look like this. So you got this tiny pot that this guy lives in. And so this is a azalea that I purchased at the show back in May, and so it is doing really well, and so we're going to turn this guy into one of these.
So starting out here, I'm using a chopstick to remove the soil away from kind of the base of the tree, to be able to see the roots and kind of the structure. I don't have much room on the table, so that's why I'm kind of being a little ginger with the soil so it doesn't go everywhere. But here in a moment we'll be able to pull the tree up off of the mound of dirt here and be able to get it separated. Continuing to remove the remainder of the soil off the roots, and to prevent the roots from drying out, I go and rinse them off in the sink to keep them moist, and also to help remove some of the excess soil that needs to be removed. And so now we are trimming up the roots here to be able to fit them in the tiny mame pot. This is the mame pot that I've selected for my tree. I'm just making sure that the tree fits comfortably in the pot and and making sure I do not need to trim any more roots. Now that we've trimmed a considerable amount of the roots off the root ball, we want to balance the energy between the top of the tree and the bottom of the tree. So I'm going through and trimming back the branches and the leaves so that the tree does not go through shock from the roots being trimmed back so harshly. Here I'm preparing the pot for the tree by cutting wire to be able to wire the tree into the pot. This prevents the tree from moving around in the pot. If there is movement of the tree, especially after you've repotted it, the fine roots are unable to establish themselves.
Okay, so you got your soil. So with this pot, do you recommend the smaller soil or that other regular soil? Is this kind of
mix them a little bit both.
what I was thinking about doing was removing this branch right here. So I was thinking this was going to be the front.
So first we need to start by cutting off all the leaves.
All the leaves?
Yep.
Okay.
Just so we can make sure it doesn't go through a shock.
Okay.
But I'll leave the growing tips.
I got you.
So like I'm leaving that there. And this little nubbin. This helps it get over the transplant shock. You can leave this stub here. Once it gets growing, it'll pop a branch on this collar. So if you leave a stub, it'll pop that branch. Anywhere there's not a root, scar it, and it'll make a root there. If there's a scar.
So what do you think about that?
I would leave it for now because when this starts to grow, this is going to thicken up and close up.
Okay.
And you won't even be able to tell it was a root.
Okay. So looking at the overall design, what do you think about that branch being there?
I would get rid of it.
That's what I was thinking.
And just wire that one down.
Okay.
More than likely, you're going to trim this off. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a branch more than likely right here.
Yep.
And I would cut this one off because see this ear node is too long.
Yeah.
We want ear nodes that are very short.
Yep.
This one has an ear node here, so that one's okay.
Okay. So yeah, you can go ahead and take that off.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
So did I? So that's how you would wire it?
Yes, it is actually. So let's see. This one and this one.
Yep.
Okay. And we need this right here.
Down with your screen wire and two up for
So go ahead and start.
I'm gonna get it started,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna undo it and let you do it.
Oh, okay.
So I start with some soil.
Yeah.
So take this.
Seal it in.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna tuck those
I
down.
like it.
Like that, and then later figure out.
Yeah.
I probably need more soil so we can expose more of this roots, but I'm just showing you what to do.
gotcha.
Okay. And then I take these
Yep.
and I put this over the root like that. And then I wire over these here, and that holds it down.
See, that's what I was trying to
But I would
figure out.
definitely put more soil in here, and make your little mound. And as long as you have good clean cuts on the ends, they'll make roots very fast. And just remember where your front of your pot is.
Oh, yeah, I know that already. Get it potted.
After adding soil to the pot, one of the things that I did not film was we put sphagnum moss on top of the soil. This will help prevent the tree from drying out and help it to retain moisture, and also helps the tree with new root growth.